Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, and welcome back to Bariatrics and Beyond, the podcast where we talk about life before, during, and beyond bariatric surgery. This is part 2 of a 2-part podcast. So you guys want to know how the Vegas weekend turned out. Well, welcome back, Lauren, Hailey, and Ange. You guys, it is a Sunday. And we're a little tired. That means it was a successful weekend. Exactly. All right. Who wants to do the recap? How was it? Okay, Lauren, let's start with you. So after we left here on Friday, okay, how was what do we do? How was everything?
So Friday night, we left here. We went back to the hotel. We checked in. We freshened up. We left there. Oh my God.
See, Vegas says it. See, Vegas does that. It has like the Men in Black effect. You forget because you're so tired.
We did so many
things.
We
went out to dinner.
We went to dinner. Yes.
We went out to dinner. They were tired. You guys were so tired.
Yes, that was our travel day.
And we were like exploring different dinner options, but we ended up going to Peppermill because it was kind of close. And then
we went dress shopping.
We did. So
we went try on a bunch of dresses.
We lost 2 though. We had 2 men down.
We did.
Because you know what happened was, I think we had like the world's largest amount of curly fries between the 4 of us because we didn't plan it out like good enough. We all ordered like something, and then she got curly fries. She had curly fries for everybody. Yeah. And then we just the carb coma kicked in, and everyone was like, so they were tired. So we lost these 2. We were half a mile from the hotel. How did you guys get home?
We did. We took the 1-minute mile Uber. We did. Well, it was cold, and we were like, you know what? I don't think I can make it walking. And we were like, oh my God.
We listen and we don't judge.
Thank you very much. But we did have about 10 pounds of curly fries to bring home.
Yeah,
so
true.
The Uber helped with that. For sure.
I still have curly fries in my
My neighbor came over after last night and demolished the rest of them. So I have no curly fries left. But they did come in handy. They lasted all weekend, those curly fries. So maybe it wasn't a bad thing.
No, it wasn't.
So after Hailey and Ange went back to the hotel, we were right next to a Ross conveniently. I don't know who mapped that out.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure Kayla plans that.
Yeah. So we had pre-ordered you a dress, and it was beautiful, but we wanted like a second look as well.
Correct.
And so we went and we rummaged through the racks.
And it was the last dress we picked out.
It was. We picked 9. Almost 10. Yeah.
9.
9. We picked
it was 9 dresses.
Yeah. And the first one, you're like, this is my favorite. It was like a mermaid sequins looking, like iridescent. It was really nice. And it was like your least favorite. So it pays to try stuff on you guys, because what looks nice on the hanger, you're like, not so much. And her least favorite
was the dress I picked.
There you go. So always try.
Was it?
Yes.
It was my least favorite.
It was the last one.
Yeah. I was like, I don't know. Beautiful. Green. I love military green. I love sage. Green is one of my favorite colors, but I do not wear green. And so when she picked it, I was like, I don't know about that one, Kayla. I was like, but she was like, well, actually she did. She picked it out in one of the first. And then I was like, and like she could tell that like I really wasn't vibing on it. I wasn't feeling it. And so she went back to it at the end, and she was like, okay, but just hear me out. Just put it on. Like we are going to try this one. And I did. And it was my favorite.
Yeah. Kayla's got the good eye for that.
Yeah, definitely. She does.
Well, look, you guys went to school for like nursing and you know, all that fancy stuff. I went to school like dressing a body. I mean, it's not necessarily a school, but I mean,
yeah,
you know, that's
and
my
it's what you're good at.
It's what you're good at. So
you're good at.
And like I don't know, I think I have a knack for like seeing a body and just knowing what shapes will fit it, and you know how to like accentuate like a waist, or you know, just to complement a shape.
Absolutely.
I agree.
And like when tailoring things as well, I really don't measure anything. I eyeball everything, and then it just works. But you know, we all have something.
I have personally seen Kayla sew probably 3 of us in 5 minutes into something.
I know. When she did,
or she would come out with like a piece of material and a dress, and she's like, I'm just going to put this on this, and it just works. Like, I don't know. It's just amazing.
Oh, thanks. You know, Barbie. I blame Barbie because I used to do it with my Barbies. Because I was like, oh, this would be so cool. But anyhow, we're getting off. We're derailing. I'm like, fancy that. Come on. Like, that's not like us. So yeah, we found the dress.
Sorry.
She said yes to the dress that she liked least, but it was actually really beautiful. And then we went around, we accessorized, so on and so forth. Then we called it a night.
We did.
We went home. I went home. And then, because I knew that yesterday was going to be a really big day. And I had everything planned to pretty much like to the hour from this time slot to this time slot. So you guys came over to my apartment because I live right across from where you guys are staying. So that's also was like really easy to do. You guys come over with your suitcases and it was go time.
Yep.
We had
a brunch.
We had a nice little mimosa brunch. And then next thing you know, the hair and makeup
was there.
came. And can we just talk about that makeup?
It's still
on
today.
Look at it.
And it looks
the
just as
lippy.
good.
She didn't even touch up her lipstick.
How did you sleep though? I need to know. Did you sleep like coffin style or did you like regular sleep?
No, I
This is how
slept.
Kayla sleeps every night, by the way.
No, I slept. I do think I went to sleep on my back. I woke up on my side. I mean, I slept.
I sleep like a crazy person though. So like the makeup would be gone. I'm just so impressed that it is. Still
It wasn't
on
even
and
on my
beautiful.
pillow, honestly.
Really?
It wasn't even on my
Nice.
pillow.
Gosh,
Like
still
it
a
is. It is.
porcelain.
I did not do anything. I did nothing. This is still 100% from
We need to know what
yesterday.
that setting spray was.
Right, for hairspray.
Revolution because I asked and it smells amazing.
Not Tresemme. Aquanet.
Yeah. She would have been flammable if we used the Aquanet.
Yeah.
Well, she's pretty smoking hot, let's be honest.
Yeah.
And then we knew that we wanted to do like old Hollywood glam, like very movie style, like beautiful pinup-ish. And then I said to Andy, the hair and makeup artist, I said, do you need like hair for this? Like extensions? This was like a couple hours before, like night before. She said, yeah, we need real hair extensions. Like, okay. I'm like, we'll synthetic cut it. She's like, no. So luckily we have a friend who has black hair. And so she's like, just take my hair extensions. So she put a bunch of hair extensions. So you got those big glamour waves. So hair and makeup took a couple hours.
Yeah.
What was it like? Probably like 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because those girls freaking did
Amazing.
work. But you didn't see any of it.
No.
What were you thinking when like you were getting glammed up? Because it was the first time you've ever been professionally glammed up.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the whole time it was happening, I mean, it didn't feel like I was in the chair for 2 hours. I mean, in the process, I was like, I just feel like a canvas right now, like somebody behind me and doing all this and I can't see it. And, there was a mirror to the right and I just made sure that I stayed looking forward. And so the whole time it's like she's painting on my face or she's, putting makeup on with, like I put it on with like a, like a sponge or something. And she's like with paintbrushes or brushes and stuff putting on.
And I don't know if you've seen, but she had like a mirror palette.
Yeah, she had like a palette. And it had,
like an artist
it
where she's,
is.
like, mixing
It's a palette.
colours
And she's like mixing colors and doing all that stuff. And I was just like, some of those colors I saw and I was just like, whew, like, out of my comfort zone or something, And so I wasn't really expecting an outcome, if that makes sense. Like I didn't know what to expect in the outcome, if that makes sense. Other than like, I love Lucy. That's just like popping in my head, like, with thinking pin up and thinking curls and not really knowing, outside of, your vision of what you saw. I was just thinking, okay, like I'm just
trust the process.
I'm just trusting. I'm just trusting right here, And yeah, so in it, I guess that's what I felt like, a canvas, and just felt like this is going. It went so much faster than it felt. Like if it was 2 hours, like it felt maybe an hour to me, like in the thing, and just the anticipation of just like waiting to see it.
And so when you got handed the mirror, like we were all like, because when Angie sets up her makeup, it was like she set up a professional chair, the lights, like it was a production.
It was so impressive.
It was really impressive. If you guys have never had professional makeup done before, I recommend like hiring a makeup artist. It's just, at least once in your life. You got to experience it and
so fun.
And look at yourself with like, we do our own makeup, but when you get it professionally done, like it's next level. Like, so if you've never done it, at least do it once. And then so we're all surrounding you, and then you have this mirror. Explain what happened when you looked at yourself. What did you think and feel?
So she handed me the mirror and she was like, don't put it so up close to your face. She's like, you need to have it like a distance from you. And so I was like, okay, like I was waiting for like everybody, you know, to be right there. And I turned it around and like it didn't look like me. Like I knew it was me, but it didn't look like me, if that makes sense. Not in like a way of like the makeup was so overpowering, because it wasn't. Like it was not. I do not think it was overpowering.
No.
It was not heavy, you know, like it was very light. And I think I even said something during the process of like, I don't even know what color eyeshadow I have on, you know, like, and I actually think it was Angie that said it. She was like, it's very light. And that's all she told me. Like she didn't tell me a color. She just said it's very light.
Like you didn't
and
like
it
blue.
wasn't. I mean, I had
blue eyeshadow.
Yeah. And so, you know, I knew the bright red lipstick. I did know that because obviously I saw it on the palette. And I don't wear red lipstick. So, you know, like that was a new thing for me. And so it was really just a matter of trusting the process. But when I turned around, I was just like, I don't even know, like, it didn't feel like, it felt like me, but not like me, if that makes sense. Or like, it just, in that moment, it just made everything worth it. I don't know, you know, like there's, you know, part of this, and not to get off key, but like a part of this, you have to invest in yourself. And this whole process from, you know, doing the surgery and staying true to your goals and reaching everything, it's like, it almost made me want to set new goals in that moment, you know, like, you know, and it's just like, if I can come this far from where I was, like, I can go so much further, you know, like, or like, you know, like, yes, I know that I'm beautiful, like with, you know, who I am as a person and what I do for people, but like to see myself in that same like reflection.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I don't really know how to put it in words.
Oh,
No, that was beautiful.
yeah, you just did.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you looked at yourself. No,
I know,
don't apologize.
too.
I know. It's so powerful. Like this journey is
Yes.
more than just a physical.
Yeah,
like
for
it's so
sure.
emotional. But you looked at yourself and you felt all those emotions. Like it wasn't just like, oh wow,
Like, wow, I look pretty.
Like, yeah. But
it's
you
everything.
you cried.
Yeah.
When you turn that mirror around, like, and it wasn't just like her eyes watered up. Like it was like you were rolling. And lucky
then I felt bad because I was like,
honestly, and your makeup still hasn't budged.
Still.
Yeah. But it was like, it was so nice to see that.
Yeah.
And all I kept thinking, and I think I was saying it because I think I was recording it, but I was like, you deserve this.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
and I mean it in like your hard work, everything you've done. Like you deserve not this face of makeup. Like, yeah, you deserve it, but like, you deserve this feeling.
the feeling.
You deserve to feel everything you were just feeling in that moment. So,
and it's, I mean, like, it's not, you know, and that's another thing too, like with weight loss journey is like, yes, you can do it alone, but I just feel like when you have a group of supportive women or anyone, you know, like when you have a group of women or, you know, your people behind you, it makes it that much easier. And, you know, like all of you guys were complete strangers Friday, you know, like we met Friday morning, Friday afternoon, you know, and it's like to have, you know, just, and I felt the same thing even at the hospital before, you know, this trip, before anything, like just going all the way back to surgery, I've always felt like a part of a family, you know, through EOC. And like this obviously is a much different dynamic than, you know, surgery time. But even still, it's like I know that going forward, I knew it then, but, you know, more so now, like this group of people truly cares.
Yeah.
It's not about the money. That's going to come. It's not about the list of surgeries. That's going to come. It's already lined up for years, you know, but it's like the support that you get. And like I said, I know people, even in my personal family that has been on this journey, they don't have that support. They don't. They don't have that support. And, you know, like having people to truly believe in your journey, I know that I wasn't just a patient. I wasn't just a surgery. I wasn't just a number, you know? And that, I don't know, like for me anyway, some people, if you just want to have surgery and go about your business, you know, I guess then do whatever you want, you know? But, you know, part of this, what makes it successful is having people believe in you or having people to continue to be like, keep you motivated, you know?
It's the community. Like
we've
built, like there's a bariatric community just in general.
Mm-hmm.
And then honestly, we have our own community.
Yes.
We're like the Vatican City. You know what I mean? Like we're our own. We have such a huge community of past patients and such a, an online presence as well. And that we hold each other accountable, and we are a family. Even when people say, "I'm coming to surgery, I don't have anybody, I'm not coming with a companion," it's like, you're never alone.
Nope, you're not.
That's the one thing I love most about EOC. And even on today's TikTok, I don't know if you guys seen it, but like I said, I was doing the voiceover and I was showing your photos, and I said, going to Mexico for surgery gets a bad rap. And I don't care what anybody says. There is no bariatric facility worldwide that cares about their patients
And that is true.
and treats their patients like we do.
And I'm not saying that because of this trip. Like, that is the God honest
It
truth.
really is. It's like a family. It's a family. And
It is.
I love that. And it makes me proud to be part of this company, to work for this company. It makes me proud to have had my surgery here. And it's a whole experience. It's not just surgery and done. That's the most special thing about you. So obviously we've got fantastic surgeons and it's like a well-oiled machine, but it's that sense of community. But that obviously that comes from our end as well, but it comes from you guys' end as well. Like just keeping in touch with us, keeping everything, it's like it's such a huge part. I think it plays a huge part in people's success.
Well, your journey doesn't stop at surgery or just losing your weight. You need
people
behind you.
Yeah.
That's what I said. Stops. Yeah.
No,
it doesn't stop.
No, I said that's where it stops.
Oh, right. Yeah. It doesn't. It just keeps going.
Mm.
So the more like community and family and team that you have behind you is easier for you to continue your new lifestyle that you want to keep.
Right. Yep.
Yeah. And like on the Facebook group as a coordinator, like we watch your progress. Like we're here from the beginning. We see the middle, we see the end. So we are kind of like on the back of your Facebook post going, she made it.
Yeah.
She did it. They hadn't spoke to me and don't know how long, but gosh, look at how great they did. And that's what we saw in you.
Yeah.
And we wanted to, and Kayla wanted to do this to show like, look at what she did. Look at this achievement. Yeah. Let's show that to everybody.
Yeah. And that was like actually one of the first thing that Angie told me is like, Kayla has watched you, you know, like Kayla has, she has seen several of your posts and, she has always talked about, how successful you were and stuff. And I was like, it made me feel good in that moment because it's like, y'all don't even know that it's Kayla that motivated me to even have this surgery in the first place. And I've never even said 2 words to her, but then it makes me feel bad that now the last 2 years, I've never thanked Kayla. Kayla doesn't even know that she's who so to have somebody like for y'all as an EOC group to have talked about my success or my journey or to say, even if it's screenshotting and saying, behind the scenes of, look at her, look what she's done. And it's like, obviously if I'm not coming to you, you'll come to me. So it's like where, like to know that I just could have reached out years ago, like, that if I could do anything or whether you're a patient, that is looking into having surgery or somebody that has already had surgery, reach out to these coordinators, reach out to,
excellent
to even if it's Kayla, the coordinators and stuff, because they really do care. They really genuinely do care. And, like we were actually talking about this, like Kayla has mapped everything out. We were supposed to get here at 1:57. We ended up having an issue with the flight where it got delayed. And, we ended up we were like, man, what we're going to do for 2 hours when we get there and stuff. No, we pulled up at this podcast at I think 3:50, and like we on the way here we were like Kayla knew what she was doing, and then it's like we got to yesterday and it's like the makeup got there, and I mean from the time the makeup started to and on her little whiteboard she got this time to this time, this time to this too.
Yeah,
and let me make sure. And so like all the hair and makeup was done, and then photographer got there, and Kayla's like, okay, well we need to go now. Let's go. We're going down here because we need to be down here from this time to this time, and then because we need to be on this balcony for the sunset. And she knew like 6:32, she better be outside.
I know what they say. You know what they say. EOC is a well-oiled machine. Okay? We know the process.
Yeah. Look, you guys might think because I'm very jokey and my job is very fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's very fun. But there is a lot of behind the scenes thinking that goes into that, I think.
Yes.
Especially because, you do like a 7-second TikTok or a 13-second TikTok and they're like, oh, that was a quick one. I'm like, you don't understand how long that took me
Yeah.
to line up
The
those sounds.
production
Like,
behind
it's
it.
the because I'm very attention to detail as well. So it's
Mhm.
like those little things.
Mhm.
Like I think about everything like that. So yeah, like I knew that we need to be here at this time because I know how the sunsets are from my
Mhm.
balcony, and I'm like,
Mhm.
they're cotton candy, they're pink, they're blue, they're like,
Right,
I
yeah.
know.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, we need to get back and in that costume and in that outfit change. So it was very thought out.
It was.
But that's what I love to do.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So for me, it was perfect.
Yeah.
But we nailed the timeline.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
We did.
freaking
We're still
nailed-
nailing the timeline.
We are still nailing the
Yeah.
timeline. So when it was your first time having a professional photo shoot,
Yes.
right? And I think you're lying because you were such a natural.
No, it was
you
my
know
first
how like
time.
some people like get like nervous and
Yeah.
like stiff. She was just
Me.
like,
Yes.
I was just following Kayla's lead. Like, if I've learned anything since I got here on Friday, it's just listen to Kayla.
Yeah.
Whatever she says, just do
I
it.
do
Like, if
have to
Kayla would
mention
tell
that.
me, like, go jump off of this building, like, I'm
Yes.
probably going because I know
No,
somebody's
you
probably going to
have
be down there
been-
to catch me.
You've been so good
Yes.
at the just going with the
it.
flow.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah.
The trust in the
Yep.
process. You have put your
Yeah.
complete trust in
Yes.
us.
Thank
and
you.
it is
I have.
Thank you.
this has been so much fun.
Yeah.
It
And it's
really-
like you guys have made that easy for me, though,
Good.
honestly. You know, like, not knowing, you know, or knowing how busy Kayla is was, you know, I didn't know you guys, but
Yeah.
knowing how busy Kayla is, I was just like, man, like, I'm going to go in open-minded, but at the same time, like, I know she's a very busy person,
Yeah.
you know? So it's like, how much do I get her? How much do I not get her? Like, when do I go? When do I not go? But it's just been, I've just felt at home this entire time.
Good.
Like,
Yeah,
there was never a time
to
that,
get
like,
rid of me. What are you talking about? You go in the toilet?
I
No,
don't-
I'm coming.
Yep. We've seen it all this weekend.
Literally all of it.
Literally.
All of it. We
Um,
actually
Yeah. But in to go even further to say, and like off of this weekend, but because all of, you know, this is for EOC patients too. Like, you know, I see a lot in the group I'm not affiliated with EOC in any way, just a past patient. I see a lot in the groups too that, like, you know, well, what if I do it this way? Or what if I do it that way? Or if you just do what the rules say to do, I promise you, it has already been mapped out. It has already been crossed. It has already been dotted. It has already been all of it, you know? So if you think about bringing a liquid, okay, you should have brought the powder, they said. If you're thinking about flying into Las Vegas, you should have flew into San Diego, you know, flew into San Diego. Do what they're telling you to do.
Yeah. We take the thinking out of it. You don't have to think.
Yes.
Shut your brain off. Just read
and
listen.
and listen.
Yeah, that's it. Because that's why I say to people, we set you up for success.
Yeah.
Don't try to reinvent the wheel. If you just follow the instructions, you will succeed. Just have faith, follow instructions, you won't go wrong.
Right.
What
And
am
I know that was kind of
What am I
off-key to
doing
that,
wrong?
but-
You're not doing anything wrong.
Yes.
If you're following the rules.
Right.
If you're not following the rules, then that's on you.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's
Right.
it all works. And I'm saying that from experience, as I am a patient who read the rules and followed, and there was zero issues, you know,
And your results speak for themselves.
and
You've had
the
massive
results
success.
speak for themselves. Don't try to do your diet faster because you are tired of liquids. Don't try to sit there and eat solids because you think you need a meal. Follow
Yes.
your plan. Follow the plan that they have mapped out for you. Follow, I mean, and it's all to, you know, all the way through. And, you know, even again this weekend, with this weekend having nothing to do with it, I followed your plan. I followed the times. We followed, we go with the
Yeah.
flow. And we followed what was in black and white, and it all ran smoothly. You know, so it's like it's, you know, even with that, I just felt like I had to say that because it is something as a patient that I see on this side, you know, that you coordinators get a lot, you know. And y'all did not tell me to say that, by the way. I felt that I had to say
you a
that
paid
because
actor?
I see it.
Right.
I am not
Can
at
I
all.
just double check your Venmo is Lauren? No, but thank you for saying that. We
No,
appreciate that. We
for sure.
really do appreciate that. So we got the edits back. There was really no edits done because I just think they're fresh off the camera. They were just
Right.
perfect,
Yeah.
to be honest. The photographer was phenomenal as
He
well.
was.
Yes.
They were.
They were
Both
they
of
were
them.
phenomenal. She was
So
she was
good.
wonderful with like the lighting and teaching you like do this and
Yeah.
shuffle in here. And so I think
And she even had her own ideas. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
she
like, okay,
did.
well, let's
She
just
was
do
so
this.
helpful.
Like, she
Yeah.
was going with it, and
Yeah.
she loved, you know,
Yeah.
the whole theme.
and they had a weight loss story
They
as
did.
well. And Andy, the makeup artist, was
Mhm.
is a past patient. So like it was like a really
really was,
empowering
Yeah.
kind
yes.
of
Oh,
thing.
it's so
It
So
was.
we're going to insert some pictures here. Take a look. How beautiful does she look? Like, honestly, you were just stunning. When we got those edits, we were in the middle of a show last night when I got those. And I was sitting next to you. I was like, Lauren, don't take your eyes off the show, but
I got the edits and look, I went.
She was like, what? And like we were like punching each other, like, what? No, like each one was like better than the next.
I
like,
know.
Stop! No way!
We knew that.
Oh, I gotta show that one to them.
Yeah, like a favorite.
Yeah. So, but they're all really, really beautiful, and obviously, I'm going to give you all the copies of it too. So all in all, like it was like a huge success. Like it was just an empowering moment, like an empowering weekend, and just a really successful weekend. But it's not over. As I told you guys on part 1 of the episode. After here, you can see we're all just casual and comfy because we are going to Adventure Dome. And we're actually going to document because we totaled it. We've lost like almost 650 pounds between the 4 of us. Yep. So we're going to show you guys what it's like to now be able to ride rides, and we're going to rate them. So stay tuned for that. Well, that's what we're off to next. Do you have anything else you want to add or say? Because I can see that you've got post-it notes. I can see it. What have you got? It's a surprise.
So this was just more like motivating.
Yeah,
you know.
I love it.
So I just said. So this one says, yes, you will feel awkward, but when you are on the other side, you will have wished that you'd done it sooner. So I just have that.
Is that how you thought when you flipped that mirror around?
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Then at the same time, like I also feel like everything in life is gonna take its toll when it's supposed to, and I also think about, okay, what if I would have done it sooner?
Yeah.
I might not have been ready.
Yeah.
I might not have been on the mental capacity to stay true to my goals.
Trust
so I just feel like I trusted the timing. And even though so it's not that I really wish that I did it sooner. I wish I had the success that I had now sooner, if that makes sense.
Yes.
But I feel like it's all in God's timing. And I feel like God put me on that trip when I was supposed to be, when He knew that I would be ready, when He knew that I was mature enough to read that paper or to follow those rules,
and then when whoever the person on the other end of this screen is listening to your story right now,
right?
You know what I mean? Maybe it's because they needed to hear this at this point in their life. So you always got to trust.
Yeah.
Because you're going to be inspiring so many people as well.
And it's, and even in that, like, what if I would have done it 4 years before, I would have done it before coming across your page to have that motivation.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't have, and then this may not have been a possibility, or even if this was the outcome, like say I would have done it 4 years sooner, then this would be 6 years ago. Like this is 6 years later post-op, right? Not just 2. But not only that, maybe this wouldn't be as meaningful as it is to me because, I mean, a big part of this, and it's not about winning the trip. The biggest part of this, I'm going to cry again. The biggest part of this trip for me was simply to be here with you. Not that I'm not thankful for you guys, but like
chop liver.
Just kidding. Like it, and that's the God honest truth that, like to fast forward 2 years and to have never said a word to you and to be on this trip celebrating my success with someone who even motivated me to be there in the first place, it's that is just what's empowering me, I guess, the most out of all of it. So
I want to give you a hug.
And we went to karaoke too. We sang song.
Oh yeah, champion Carrie Underwood.
Yeah, that was that was a really
I think
good
I
one
have
too.
it.
Yeah,
I have it.
I don't have it.
I did the end of it, and the end of it was great,
gorgeous.
Got it,
please.
But yeah, like it's if my journey would have been there, trust the process. That's all I can say. Trust the process, trust the timing, and just I had something on the other side. It was
Did you bring those notes to Vegas? Like, did you bring that piece?
I did these on the plane. I mean, I know how I feel. I just needed to keep myself in line.
I love that. You've seen my whiteboard.
It's not scripted. I write everything down.
Beautiful.
But it's turn your what if into will. And it's like you said, if you are on the screen and you're watching and you are someone, whether you've been researching it for a week, yesterday, today's your first time, 2 years, 4 years, it's you can watch other people's journey, but it doesn't become true or real or real until you do it yourself and until you walk this journey. If you have people maybe who've had the surgery and didn't have success, don't let that ruin you.
Yes.
If you've watched it and you have people that have had success, follow them. Let that be your motivation. Let that, even if it's you writing on your mirror, you can, or I can every single day, it's, you're set a goal and stay true to it, and then the last one just says you're just one decision away from changing your life for the rest of your life,
that is huge.
And it's true. You're literally get on the plane. That's all that's what my husband, I had to force him, get on that plane, and I was ready to go. Like I didn't need a companion. And, that's what I told my husband. I'm like, I know you're never getting on a plane, but I'm going to Mexico. And he was like, get a ticket for 2. And I was like, all right. And we did. That's what we did.
Oh, that's awesome. But honestly, we, as much as like we want everyone to win, and we do, and hopefully we get to do this again. But I think for our first time, especially, we could not have chosen a better
not at
winner.
all.
Like you've been absolute bliss, a blast, so easygoing, and we've all gained like a new friend.
Yes.
And we also convinced you to come on the cruise, so we're going to see you in a few weeks again anyway.
So we'll be back together in a month.
And you guys live in Louisiana, so
Yes.
there's no excuse that you just aren't just gonna hang out, because like you're like our people. Like
I definitely feel this was a fast friends situation.
Yes,
definitely.
for sure.
It worked.
From the second we just walked up at the airport, and I'm like, "What's up, guys?"
She sat down and she just immediately was like, "Well, blah 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 blah," and I was like, "Okay,
she's gonna fit
this is it."
You fit in very, very, very
It
well.
wasn't even like, "Hey, I'm Hailey. I'm Lauren."
There
We
was
just
no
sat down. We
awkward.
just not for 1 second was it awkward.
Yeah. No, it's been beautiful. So thank you so much for
y'all for
trusting
having
us.
me.
Yeah.
And you deserve all the success. You
Thank
worked
y'all.
hard
Thank y'all for
it.
believing in
Yes,
me.
absolutely.
For sure.
We love you, and we'll see you in a few weeks.
See you in a few weeks.
All right.
All right.
Well, that was it. Stay tuned to see how we go at Adventure Dome. I'm going to put money on me being the biggest chicken, and on her, Lauren, being the bravest
Yes.
one.
Me too.
Because yesterday you're like, I actually think I would jump off the stratosphere. After you
would,
see them
yes.
gliding down, you're like, I
So-
think I might do that. And I was like, well,
Yep. Kayla's balcony.
let me erase that line then.
Yeah.
And then I drew, let me get to my whiteboard.
And it's still not completely out of it. Me and
We've
Heather
got
were
time.
talking about possibly still doing it.
We've
So,
got time. They do
we'll
it at
see.
nighttime too. Okay. All right. And with that being said, let's go. We've got rides to get on.
We got rides to get on.
All right. Bye, guys.